Hello Capsuleer, my name is Gildy and welcome to EVE Online. Exploration, the eye-opening experience of a newbie that gets their first 1 million ISK in a canister. Then the 6 million data can in HiSec, then the 60 million in a Sunshine nullsec or wormhole after so many failed hacks. Weeks, maybe months later, 300 million cans popping open, bringing satisfaction of finishing an Aegis site. The thrill of getting rich in a single site, dotted around the monotony of scanning. The constant fear that you are being hunted, the paranoia of not knowing if someone is cloaked on the site with you, waiting to get your ship and the loot you already have there. All that in a ship as cheap as possible to capture the essence of the first rule of EVE Online. Never fly something you cannot afford to lose. And, in my opinion, exploration is the best possible teaching activity for a new bro in all of New Eden. This video is the entry in my little Exploration 101 series. It will go over what exploration is, what sites you will be looking for, going over all of the types you can encounter, which are good for a new explorer, which are bad, and which you just need to know for now, as I will be covering them in later videos. Later, I will also cover which skills you need in order to get a good start in exploration. So, first of all, what is exploration all about? As I mentioned already, you go around scanning for sites and hacking canisters, either in data links, comms towers, etc., to get the data cores and decryptors mostly used for producing Tech2 items. Or you stumble upon some relic sites slowly crumbling away and turning to dust, where you can find salvage materials needed to produce rigs for ships. Those sites are what we call cosmic signatures. All of the sites you find in New Eden before you start exploring are cosmic anomalies, ones that are available to you right away if you only open your probe scanner window. That includes the homefront sites, your refuges and dens. Cosmic signatures can uncover a lot of different types of sites, but they all have one in common. You have to go out there and scan them down to even know what they are. To find the signatures, you can open the probe scanner window. By default, you can open it either by using the menu next to your capacitor or by using Alt-P combination. I personally rebounded to Alt-Q by hitting Escape, shortcuts, looking up scanner, and changing the combination so it's easier to use. Once you got that set up, let's go over the signature types you will encounter so you know which ones you might want to go for and which ones you better pass as soon as you get their type revealed during scanning. First and foremost, relic and data sites. Those will be your bread and butter if you go for pure exploration. The important thing here is to know which ones are just a walk in the park regardless of space, and which sites are something different. Sites that can have defenses or traps that will make your ship go boom unless you know what you're doing. The good sites are pirate ones. They will have local, crumbling, central or any similar word at first, then reference one of the pirate factions in game. Serpentis, Sancha, Guristas, Blood Raiders or Angel Cartel. These are so-called unguarded sites, where the only thing you need to worry about is other players trying to hunt you down if you are in low or null security systems where Concord won't intervene. Hacking in those sites is straightforward, and if you fail to hack a canister twice, it will explode without harming you. There is also a subset of data sites that you can encounter that are quite dangerous for a new explorer. First one of those are covert research facilities. If you warp in, they look completely normal, but there are two catches here. First is that this site has a hidden timer that starts if you warp to it without being cloaked. When the timer expires, pirates will appear and shoot your ship to bits. The second catch is that in this site, if you fail a hack, the canister will explode and deal damage to your ship, usually blowing it up. I recommend getting to those only when you have gained some experience in hacking. Another group of data sites new explorers should rather avoid are limited, standard, or superior sleeper caches, which will have multiple trigger points and traps. They have both relic and data cans, with relics usually being where the loot is, but data hacks triggering traps, turning on automated defenses, or causing a short circuit which can kill your ship. They are best approached after either reading a guide about the site on EveWiki or after checking out how to avoid the traps, because those sites can net you a few 100 million ISK in loot and blueprints. If you go to lowsec, you can also run into sites starting with Aegis in their name. One of those is an actual data site, which I made a video on, but it is surely not friendly for new players, so I would leave those alone at first, and once you get into Tech2 ships, and watch my video of course, you can then have a go at them. Next type of cosmic signatures you can encounter are wormholes. They work similarly to stargates that you use to jump between systems, but those are not permanent. Wormholes have a set of traits governed by the type of wormhole they are, and they can lead either to another random system on the map or one of the thousands of wormhole systems connected mostly at random with just other wormholes. I will cover those in detail in a later video. Another type of signature you can find is a combat site. Yes, there is more to EVE than just dens and refuges, and you can find either unrated complexes or so-called DED sites, which can have great loot or close to nothing. It's a gamble. If you want to know more about those, I will link my video about hunting down DED sites on the screen and leave you with an EveWiki article that is a database of all common combat sites in-game. Lastly, you can encounter gas sites. Another great way exploration ties into other forms of making ISK in-game. In low security systems, it's a straightforward site. You land on grid and start huffing, but if you ever join a nullsec group, watch out, gas in that space can be way more dangerous. And if you decided you're a brave explorer and found some gas sites in wormholes, I'd leave them alone until you get to know about sleepers, their spawning mechanics, or one site that is notorious for sniping curious explorers. You can check out the tips and tricks for both lowsec and wormhole gas huffing in the videos I will be linking in the video description. One last bit of information about signatures is that they come in different scanning difficulty levels. Those correspond with how hard these are to scan down and range from level 1 till 5. The higher the level, the higher your scanning stats will have to be. Okay, so you got your notes. You might still screw up or warp to a wrong site once or twice, but don't worry, that happened to most of us learning the ins and outs of exploration. Now let's set you up for success and talk equipment for the job. The thing that you will need to start your adventure will be skills, since you got to wait for a little bit to get all of them to decent levels. Archaeology and hacking are absolutely mandatory, as those give you +10 virus coherence, which helps you survive in the hacking minigame, as is the hit points you have there. Getting those skills to free before you go out and start would be a good point, otherwise you might get a really bad time learning the hacking part of exploration and might get easily discouraged by a lot of failure. Moreover, if you want to get the hang of exploration and the safety of high security systems first, go for hacking skill first, as data sites in highsec are the better paying ones. If you go to lowsec, wormholes or nullsec, relic sites are usually the way to go, having the biggest variation in loot value, but also having the best rewards. Other skills to consider, apart from Magic 14, which is a set of skills that help you with anything you do in game, and you should train them at some point, link to the list of skills in the video description, are Astrometric Rangefinding, giving you 5% of scan probe strength per skill level. Scan strength is the make or break of scanning, because for some higher level sites, you just have to have enough scan strength to get it, no matter what tricks you pull off. Astrometric Acquisition gives you 5% scanning time reduction per level, which is quite nice to have because of course the quicker your scans, the quicker you can get through signatures. Astrometric pinpointing reduces scan deviation by 5% per skill level, making the signatures move around less, making you do smaller adjustments to keep on scanning. As much as that sounds like a waste of training time for some, if you go to scan 100 signatures in a row, getting any quality of life change makes it a little bit less tedious. Lastly, Astrometrics gives you 5% bonus to each of the above, being a nice boost to put in between the other skills while you're setting up your skill queue. And that is all I have for you today. Next in this exploration series, we will cover all the ships and modules that you will need to outfit your ship with, some example fits I have prepared myself, and the basics of scanning signatures down. As always, leave a comment under the video and make sure to add your IGN or in-game name to it for a chance at winning one of the free partnership skins I have ready for you. 2 more skins will also be available on my Discord server, so make sure to click the link in the video description to say hi and chat a little bit. The giveaways will finish 3 days after I publish this video, so make sure to join now. If you enjoyed this video, share it with a corp mate that might need it, leave a like and subscribe to see my future uploads. If you are interested in what I will talk about next, my videos go up every Sunday. And if we never see each other in space again, Capsulia, fly safe!